From the EPAWA headquarters in South Allentown, Pennsylvania, it's time for Weather Weeklies, an informative video of the ins and outs of weather that affect you most in the EPAWA coverage area. The following segment is a weekly video blog, and the opinions of the forecaster do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the staff of Eastern PA Weather Authority LLC as a whole, nor its constituents. Without further ado, here is meteorologist Bobby Martrus with Weather Weeklies.
Hey, good Sunday morning to you for Sunday, May 17th. We're going to take a look at the long range today. Going to have this video is actually going to stand for the next several weeks. There will be no Weather Weeklies video the Sunday of May 24th or May 31st. I will be out of the country, so therefore this Weather Weeklies video will stand until June 7th. It will be the next one we're going to do. And we're going to start taking a look at the long range to start off here. And the reason, one of the things we're going to do, since we're doing it on June 7th, we're actually going to cover the period for the week beyond it, just so we have this entire period covered while the video is not being updated. This is the area we're looking at right here. Today, of course, is the 17th. Now, this area here in this time frame, we're looking at above average temperatures, but we're looking at nothing incredibly above average temperatures. So we're talking about, right now, as it stands, we're actually somewhere around 10 or so degrees above normal. Not saying that the entire period is going to be that far above normal. I think we're actually going to level out at a certain point as we head into June. But the biggest thing here is below average precipitation. Of course, we need need some rainfall. We've had some spotty stuff that pop up here and there. Some areas got more than others, but we could still use the rainfall because we're definitely below normal, and the plants and vegetation are suffering for sure. As far as temperatures, we'll get into that first. Here's our May-June projection here for temperatures for both the month of May and the month of June. Now, you'll notice, first of all, now we've had the month of May. This is, of course, done back on March 17th when we did the spring outlook. So we have not changed this. This is the same here. We wanted for this month to be +3 to +4 Celsius above normal. That's somewhere around about 8-9 degrees above normal. And that's pretty much what we have across our coverage area. We have a very warm regime for the month of May here as a whole, and we're sitting right about that as far as departures from normal. You'll see that we're above normal also in June, but not quite as high, +1 to +2 Celsius. I do think we're going to get into a period where we're going to get closer to normal, and it might start off in June a little bit above normal. It's going to allow this to skew it a little higher, and just a little bit, nothing crazy like it was in May. We're not going to be that far above normal. Take a look at what we're looking at right now. These are the anomalies. Now, when you're looking at anomalies, you're talking about departures from normal above or below what is considered to be normal for that time frame. So this is right now. We are actually above normal here, sitting basically centered over the Great Lakes region here into the northeast United States. But you can see these colors that are yellow and orange and red. Those are different measures of above normal. And then the colder regime is up here in Alaska. This is colder than normal up here for what it's supposed to be up there, and also up here in northeastern Canada. There's a cold pool sitting up here as well. Much of the western United States has the trough here, but we got a big ridge sitting over the east here, and that's promoting that warm air to come in. Keep getting these Bermuda highs setting up here. Every time you get those Bermuda highs, of course, you have the winds around clockwise around the Bermuda highs, and you get these really big ridges here over in the east. And that's pretty much what we've been dealing with, and that's what we're dealing with right now. As we go into the Memorial Day weekend, not expected to be quite as warm here, but we're still in the yellow here. So this is to indicate if you're in white, that's dead on set normal, the dead spot on or what is considered to be normal for that day. But this here is very slightly above over the northeast, or actually the entire eastern United States pretty much. A little cooler in the plains here, a little cooler up here in interior Canada. But right here we're looking at in our coverage area slightly above normal temperatures. Now again, this is normal for what is considered to be normal for this time of year for that day. So for Memorial Day, you're looking at mid-70s, and you're saying it's going to be slightly above normal here for the for that weekend. You can expect temperatures in the upper 70s and near 80. Of course, it's going to be location specific. Some areas will be cooler than others and warmer than others, but that's a general rule, slightly above normal for this time of year. Then we go into the first weekend in June. Now this is looking looking out a ways here, this is the beginning of the first week in June. So this is actually looking at right around June 1st. And you can see much of the country here at this point is now near normal according to model projections. So this is not, equal chances of what is expected to be near normal for this time of year across the entire country. And the same thing as we get into the following week, except we do warm up slightly. Start getting in it a little bit warmer here across the northeastern United States here. This is heading into mid-June here, second week of June into the middle of June, and we are going to have a slightly above normal temperature regime here as well. So we're definitely heading into a period where we're not looking at anything below normal. If anything, we're going to be either at or slightly above normal for that entire period. And we're expecting it to be, as far as departures from normal, the highest departures will actually be in May. But as you're getting into middle of June, the normal highs for that time frame are now getting closer to getting into the 80s as normals. Getting close to 80 degrees. So if you're near normal or slightly above normal, the temperatures are actually going to go up from what they are now, because even though you're not as far above normal as what you are, your normals for that time of year are higher. So it kind of balances out. So pretty much, you might not even see much of a change, is what I'm saying. So 70s, 80s going forward here for a good period of time. The possible monkey wrench we're going to be looking at is this. I'll put this in motion here. This is that typhoon Dolphin out in the Pacific, and this has become a very powerful, as you can see here, very powerful typhoon or hurricane, same thing, just in the Pacific here. The problem with what we're watching now is that this is starting to recurve. Whenever you have a recurving situation, a recurving typhoon, this could actually promote, buckle the ridge out here and affect our weather downstream. We had this happen last year. If you remember, we had many days that we were stuck in the 70s in July. Well below normal temperatures because of these recurving typhoons, one after another. I'm not really ready to go there yet because I just don't think we have enough of a history to really say that that's going to happen this year. And it's also a little bit too early, so I really don't want to jump the gun on that, and say that we're going to be dealing with that. But we certainly could, and we'll be watching how strong this thing gets and how far north it gets into the Pacific, the Northwest Pacific. Problem up here this time of year, these temperatures up here are very, very cold. So it should rapidly deteriorate and might not have much effect on that ridging out here of the jet stream, which could keep us from having to deal with the really cold temperatures here in it. And it always has a lag, so it's always going to be a week to 10 days behind if it does affect the jet stream and buckle the jet stream, give us the cooler weather. That would be about a week to 10 days behind. The models won't pick up on it right away. So not expecting this to affect our weather at all. But we'll keep an eye on it just in case. More importantly, we're looking at total precipitation over the next 10 days. This looks very similar to what we showed last week. I mean, the highest amounts are probably northwest of this line here. Here's all your highest amounts over an inch, over an inch, over an inch. But areas of the southeast here are so a lot of these places are a half inch or less. Half inch are around most of these areas in here, half inch or less down in here. So the further southeast you get in our coverage area here, it looks like the less precipitation you can expect over the next 10 days. This is not good news for those looking for rain over this area here. But you will have your chances over that. It's not like we're not going to get anything, but we're definitely going to be moisture starved, and we can definitely use the rain. The areas that need it the most are the northern areas. So again, this is showing the highest amounts here. If that's the case, that'd be great because these areas could use it more so than the areas to the south and east. So we're going to keep an eye on this and, obviously take it storm specific one by one and see how we work out with this and hopefully get some precipitation, appreciable precipitation over a coverage area here in the next 10 days or so. Again, we're not going to have this Weather Weeklies video for the next 2 weeks. The Memorial Day weekend and the week after are both not going to be broadcast. We're going to broadcast our next one on June 7th. It's also a Sunday. So in the meantime, you can just check out your local forecast and keep along with that. We are going to update the long range before we go out of the country, but we're going to have, definitely going to have this period for the next 2 weeks. We won't have the Weather Weeklies video, so just check back with us in the beginning of June. We'll have everything updated at that point as far as the long range is concerned of what we're looking at going into the rest of June and July. You can follow along on our new theme and weather forum here. Also, we're going to have this active as this will still be active while we're gone with our team of meteorologists. This is not just myself or Mike. I mean, we have a whole team here that will be monitoring and participating in the forum while we're gone. And this will you can sign up for this forum by clicking on the image below this video here. It'll take you right to the information how to sign up for Mind Pocket Meteorologist and the Premium Forum. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martridge, and that is this edition of Weather Weeklies for May 17th, 2015. Have a great weekend.